So, sweet. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining today. I see some people trickling in. But yeah, we are excited to get started with our transfer talk today. We have some awesome campus partners who have a lot of knowledge about transportation and parking. So yeah, we're all really excited. I will kick things off with an overview of our STEP program, which has been running all summer. But yeah, we are excited to be here. STEP, if you haven't joined before, is our transfer summer enrichment program. And so you can see recordings and our previous things. Oh no, I skipped all the way to the end. Let's see. Okay, so today we have our transfer talk, and these are webinar portion of the STEP series. And so these are really focusing on our key campus partners and making sure that you have access to important information, whether that be about transportation or different campus resources. And so we're really excited for you to be here today. And yeah, we have a couple more transfer talks happening throughout this summer, but that is what you can expect for today. We also have our Transfers Connect happening. So our last in-person one is tomorrow. If you haven't joined yet but want to, please do email tritontransfers@ucsd.edu as soon as possible. We'll be having lunch and hanging out with fellow transfers, and it will be a really awesome way to connect and get to know some incoming transfers before you start. So we definitely recommend, yeah, reaching out if you want to get connected. And then, oh my gosh, I keep skipping to the end. So sorry. We also have our Transfer Success series, which starts next week. And I will be leading this series as the Transfer Retention Specialist for the Transfer Hub. And this series will really be all about getting you connected to academic resources, making sure that you're able to transfer the previous skills and knowledge you've learned from your college or other four-year you're transferring from, and how to make the most of that and hit the ground running when it comes to academic success at UCSD. And so I've pulled a lot of information from current transfers and want to make sure that you have those tips and skills. So definitely hope to see you there. One I'd love to highlight, we added an additional session to the Success series. So if you're going down the pre-med route or even thinking about it, or even just like wanting to consider a career in any type of health or medical field, definitely join us for this Transfer Connect. This session is happening next Tuesday at 2 p.m. and we have some doctors from all different walks of life who are coming to join us. And so it's really awesome to be able to have a panel of doctors to share from their experience, the different schools of medicine and things like that. So definitely check that out if you are interested in those health careers. And then looking ahead, we also have today we have our getting to and around UCSD. And then next week we're kicking it off with the Transfer Success series. So I'll be talking about transferable triumph and how to leverage your previous skills when it comes to studying, resource usage, all that kind of stuff. And then we also have that medicine panel. So definitely keep an eye out. Email us if you have any questions or want to get registered. And yeah, today's topic is going to be about getting to and around UCSD. So we're joined by some awesome campus partners from transportation and parking, and they have a ton of really amazingly helpful information about different forms of transportation, the different resources that are offered, some free stuff you can utilize with your student passes and things like that. So I will let Alvin kick it off, and yeah, thank you all for being here.
Thank you so much, Allie. Let me go ahead and share my screen. All right. Cool. All right. First and foremost, from the Transportation Services team, welcome to UC San Diego and congratulations. It's I know it's a hard journey getting here, but it's gonna be worth it. San Diego is perfect, perfect weather. You're right by the beach. Some of your dorms have $4,000 a month rent views. So let's get started on let's start with some introductions. So my name is Alvin Lee. I am a project policy analyst here over at Parking Commuter Services. I'm an alumni of UC San Diego class of 2024, so very recent. So I know all about the struggles that a lot of you will go through soon. What is a project policy analyst? Jack of all trades, master of none. I do kind of everything and nothing all at the same time. It's a very, very hard skill to do nothing. Behind the screen, we have Bree Graham, who is our sales and service manager for Parking Commuter Services. She is the person that you call to complain about parking. But before you do that, we are also joined by Stephanie Selico, who is our not sales and service manager, sorry, commuter services lead. I guess some of these do not sync. So call her first before you call or email Bree, and she will help you out. Next, we have Gonzalo. He is our scooter and bikes dude. Anything scooter, anything bikes. He's a guy. Next, we have Nick, who is not our sales and service manager, but our bus operations manager. He is our bus boss, and he is on the Triton Transit side of transportation services. Lastly, we have Jackie. She is the person that you call first when your bus is running late. She can give you all the details you want. Just give her a ring. She'll be there. All right. So what are we going to talk about today? The first thing we're going to talk about is parking. We put it front and center because we want to address parking on campus. No, it's a popular topic. You might have heard some things. Then we're going to talk about how to get around trying to find parking on campus. We've partnered with a whole bunch of vendors to provide services on campus. And not only that, we have our Triton Transit team here as well. And they're going to give you some tips and tricks on Triton Transit, and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so parking. Parking is extremely, extremely hard. Take it from me. As a transfer student, as an alumni, parking is close to impossible. We have almost 55,000 students, staff, and faculty that come onto our campus every single day. And this usually peaks around fall when students come in. And it is wild, it is hard. As upperclassmen, you guys have the opportunity to buy student S parking. But let me tell you, it's if you can even find parking, then you pay for it. It's extremely, extremely hard. We obviously do not have 55,000 spaces for everyone to park in. So parking is an extremely limited resource. Campus student residents, if you want to bring your car onto campus, you do have to file for an exception, and these are on a case-by-case limited basis only. And so how do we get around trying to find parking on campus? So Triton UPass. So Triton UPass is this is embedded in your tuition that you pay quarterly. It's a unlimited pass basically to all of transit in San Diego County. So what does that mean? You want to take the trolley to go to a Padres game? Well, you're in luck because we have a trolley station on campus, and all you have to do is write that all the way down. Don't really know if you need to do transfer to, but it's a pretty straight shot down there to the Santa Fe station. North County, so everything above. If you want to go visit some new beaches or anything else, you take NCTD. And the great thing about it is all you have to do is download the Pronto app. You should have access to your Pronto relatively close to the start of fall quarter. If not, you can reach out to our team to troubleshoot any Pronto issues you have. The blue line is great, takes you all the way down to the border in Tijuana if you want, or it can take you all the way back onto campus. It also goes to UTC if you want to spend some money that, as a college student, probably don't have. Uh, Speaking for myself, at least. Um, and yeah, the transit is the way to go. You're already paying for it. You cannot opt out of paying for Triton UPass. It's embedded in your tuition, so might as well use it to its full potential. Um, Depending on what part of the country you come from, transit here is relatively easy. It's we have the trolley, we have buses, we have NCTD, so all should be good within San Diego County. So next, let's talk about transit within UC San Diego or UC San Diego Health. And let me pass it off to my friends over at Triton Transit, Nick and Jackie. All yours.
Hi everyone, I'm Nick Tite. I'm the operation manager at Triton Transit. I oversee the day-by-day operation. Let's talk about transportation. We have around 40 buses running, and then we provide the transportation for the whole campus, and it's a free transportation for everyone. It is free for the whole community. It's not just for students. It is for the UCSD community. We have a frequency of 15 minutes or better on the inside loop. We have 15 minutes or better on outside loop during fall. We have 3 Mesa buses running 10 minutes, every 10 minutes. We have 2 Regents Express buses every 20 minutes, every 10 minutes. And we have Scripps Institution of Oceanography, SIO, 15 minutes interval buses. During the summer, we have a reduced schedule from 7 a.m. to 6. And starting fall, we're gonna move our schedule until 10 p.m. Then from 7 a.m. open doors, 10 p.m. closed doors. In the weekends, we have our schedule from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. We have inside loop running every 15 minutes. We have an SIO running every 30 minutes, and we have 2 buses running the grocery shuttle, the convoy shuttle, every 30 minutes. You guys can track our buses in real time on maps.ucsd.edu or on the Translock app. You guys can go on the Play Store and download Translock app, and you guys gonna see live all our buses. You guys are gonna see all our bus stops and schedules. In case we have a detour, you guys are gonna be able to see any detour, any emergency. Everything is posted on Translock. Also, we have our Triton mobility service, and I'm gonna let Jackie say a few words about our mobility service.
Yeah, so as Nick was talking about, obviously we do have our fixed bus routes, but we also offer mobility pickups from different specified locations on campus for students with disabilities. Although we're not the ones who go through and qualify and deem who's eligible or not, we are the ones who offer the service. So we have Triton Mobility, which is an app that you would be able to download on your phone as well. And as long as you get registered through OSD for students or DCC if you're faculty, you're able to access this mobility app basically, and it functions like Uber. So you would be able to type in your pickup location as long as it's on campus, and then your drop off location, as long as you do so at least like 45 minutes in advance from the pickup time that you have. As well as we have it open to the public as of right now, starting from 10 p.m. and in the fall it'll go until 2 a.m. So we are expanding our operational hours for on demand later in the nighttime, but that again will start in the fall. but it's basically a way to get from classes, or if you need to go to your dorms on campus, if you need any help while you're maybe on crutches, that's essentially what our Triton Mobility function as a way to get around campus.
Then let me highlight a small difference here. Then Triton Mobility is for our ADA passengers, and on demand, which is from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. in fall, it is for everyone. Then the on demand from 10 to 2 is for a student who is stuck at Price Center at 1 a.m. and he needs a ride. Then he's going to call us. He can go on the app on demand, and he can just book a ride with us to his dorms. Then that's going to be open for all our students. The application it's still working through SSO, but in the future we are thinking to open it for the public. Then if you're stranded in campus, just download the app and feel free to request a ride.
It is a first come, first served basis though. So it does go off of the drivers we have available and who books their rides first. So that's also something to keep in mind.
Thank
All right, I think we are done with the mobility, Alvin. We're going
Thank
to
you
Gonzalo.
so much. Gonzalo, so I will be presenting this part on electric scooter permits. Before we do that, feel free to ask us questions on the go. There should be a Q&A button either at the bottom or on your side. All the panelists will be answering questions throughout, and at the end, we will highlight a couple of important questions that were brought up throughout. All right, electric scooter permits. So first off, we have to understand why permits for electric scooters. This is a fire code issue. We've had instances where electric scooters magically combust while they're inside dorms or a university facility. And therefore, we highly discourage people from bringing an electric scooter onto campus. If you do bring an e-scooter, you have to purchase a EMD permit, an electric mobility device permit, which is $100 per academic year. So say you're gonna wing it. You don't register your scooter. Unregistered scooters will be tagged and impounded at the owner's expense on campus if there is not a permit. And so please register your scooters or think about not bringing your e-scooters onto campus. This does not apply to non-electric scooters. So next thing is also for electric bikes and electric scooters. So they have to be UL certified. It's a little metallic sticker that you should be able to find on your electric mobility device. And you should be able to simply just look it up to see if it's UL certified. If they're not UL certified, we might just straight up impound the scooter if found on campus. To reduce the possibility of it spontaneously combusting. Other than your dorms, please do not charge or bring your electric scooter into libraries, classrooms, or lecture halls. We ask that you keep it inside your private residence, and of course, make sure it's UL certified. So there is no permit requirement for bikes, e-bikes, and non-electric scooters. Right now, that also includes one wheels for the people who use it. Next, okay, so we just asked you not to bring your electric scooter onto campus. What's the workaround? So we partnered with Spin for a shared bike and scooter program. So these are great because they are speed limited, they're safe, and they're geofenced within our campus. You don't have to worry about losing your bike or losing your scooter. It's for lower income students, you can sign up for the Spin Access program, which unlocks a 10 cent per minute ride for qualifying individuals. But Spin is a great program. We ask that if you are looking heavily into bringing your electric scooter to just not bring it, save the $100 a year and just take Spin. So we have a lot of micromobility services too. In addition to ADA or accessible micromobility paths, you can register your ride. Micromobility speeds are limited to 8 miles per hour on shared use paths, 15 miles an hour on bike lanes and roadways. If you want to lock up your bike or e-bike in one of our bicycle enclosures, we do have them available throughout all of campus. And all you have to do is go to transportation.ucsc.edu or scan that little code in the bottom right corner to register to lock your bicycle in our enclosures. So these are usually monitored, and it's a safer alternative than just leaving it outside or locking it up at some random fence post. We're trying to research micromobility crashes on campus right now. So you can also scan that QR code and find the micromobility crash survey so that you can report your crash so that we can find ways and understand how these happen on campus and try to prevent it from happening in the future as well. So last one, summer mobility device storage. So free summer storage for your bike or scooter. So feel free if you want to, if you're going home for a winter break or you're leaving and you don't want to bring your bike or scooter with you, this is an option for any of you interested. All right, safety incentives. So what do you get? We don't want you to bring your car. We don't want you to bring your scooter. So we offer discount helmets and U-locks for you to buy. If you look up the UCSD parking portal, you can buy a $10 helmet and U-lock voucher that you can redeem over at our on-campus bike shop at Campus Bike and Skate, which is located at the Old Student Services Center or Taco Villa. So rider rewards, wear a helmet and get rewarded. So you can pick up these stickers at Campus Bike and Skate or the bookstore. If you place on your helmet, you can get discounts at places like FanFan or like some price center restaurants, wherever they're available, and it's like 10 to 20% off. So ride safe and also get rewarded for it. The QR code is in the bottom right for you guys to scan. So we know that there are some times where you just want to get out of San Diego. Joshua Tree is right there. If you want to go on Zabrego or anywhere that requires more flexibility than just riding transit, we partner with Enterprise Car Share to deliver these car sharing services. Some of you might be familiar with Zipcar on other campuses. This is the same exact thing, except it's by Enterprise. And so all you have to be is 18 or older to sign up. There's currently no membership fee, so we ask that you take advantage of that if you want. These also include insurance. There is an amount that you have to pay should you get in an accident as like a deductible, but it is built into your rental. And you can have rentals per day for as low as $60 a day. If you split it with 4, heads Joshua Tree, it's worth it. FlixBus. So some of you might need to fly out to anywhere in the US or even outside the US. and you want to find an easy way to get to LAX, for example. So this is where our partnership with Flixbus comes in. You've probably seen it if you're driving down from Orange County or LA County. They're these giant big green buses. Can't really miss them, but they're extremely convenient and they'll take you where rail can't usually. So if you want to get a discount on these, make sure to check out our Instagram at UCSD Transportation or Facebook, and we will update 15% off discount codes for y'all to use. Save a couple bucks on a way. All right. So that concludes our presentation, but instead of stopping right here, go ahead and drop your questions into the Q&A panel. I do want to highlight that should this end early and you don't get a chance to get your questions answered, go ahead and reach out to us at parking@ucsc.edu or by calling 858-534-4223. Or if you don't want to talk to someone, just visit transportation.ucsc.edu. It's very convenient. We're always here to help. And this is also a good time to plug that our transportation services as a whole is run students. You'll notice that our Triton Transit drivers are students, a lot of them. And the great part is that you don't need a commercial driver's license on hand to apply. Triton Transit will actually train you and get your CDL. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and visit transportation.ucsc.edu. If you want something more behind the scenes or answer questions that you guys might be asking as well, we are also hiring for parking commuter services, field services representatives. These are people who help set up our event parking signs. They pick it up, drop it off, or you can also sign up to be a customer relations representative too with parking commuter services and learn a thing or two about parking. These are all great options. We all try to work around your schedules because we do know that everyone is student first. So if you're interested, go to transportation.ucsc.edu to apply. And yeah, that's it for now. Go ahead and fill out the Q&A. I am going to turn my video off really quick so I can pull up the Q&A panel so that I can highlight.
Let me add something very important, Elvin. You can make until $24 with Triton Transit, then
yes,
that's not bad.
Yep, positions start at $18.25 an hour, and you can go up to a little below 25 if
Yes.
Yep. And remember this, we understand that students, y'all are gonna get slammed during finals and midterms. So we do our best to work around your schedule.
Training pay, then we work with your schedule, guys.
Yep. So if you're interested, go ahead and go on transportation.ucsc.edu to apply. All right, so let me turn off my video and my audio really quick and pull up the Q&A panel. Let me pause this. All right.
Alvin, I can ask a question to kind of just get started. Would you just mention, for folks who are coming from another institution, when they're paying for parking, is that daily, quarterly? What does that payment process look like if they decide they want to brave the parking world and give that a go?
Great question. So we are a daily choice parking institution. So why is because we often find that people come onto campus, they can't find parking, but they already pay for a quarterly parking pass. So we switch to daily choice so that you can make the decision on the spot if you do find a parking spot to just pay using our Park mobile app. If you don't, then gotta find some other way to get onto campus. Next question. Let's see. Let me just answer this one really quick. If you arrive at 6 a.m., would it be possible to find S parking spaces? So, like Bree and Gonzalo said, it is a possibility. 6 a.m. is earlier than most. But you want to give yourself at least 1 hour, 1.5 hour padding to find parking on campus. You can also find out where you're eligible to park on maps.ucsc.edu as well.
I would probably reemphasize too, if you're coming in at 6 a.m., that's actually where overnight people are usually still parked. So it actually might be harder because the sweet spot is usually like right before 7:30 when they have to get out of their lots.
Mm-hmm. Or the easier option is not to bring your car on campus, avoid all of that, and use your UPass.
I'll say use your UPass. It's wonderful.
Yep. All right. Are students assigned one single locker in the entirety of campus, or is it more? So they're scattered all around campus, as Gonzalo said. Transportation operates a lot of bike enclosures in our parking structures, but you may also find some that are that's accessible through your college that you're staying at. There are some bike enclosures there too. Let's see. How do we know if this scooter is UL certified? So all these scooters they should have a silver metallic sticker somewhere on the scooter or on any electric mobility device. That is the UL certification we're looking for. If you can't find it, go ahead and Google like what that device is and UL certification, just so that you know it's UL certified. Just so that it doesn't pose a fire risk when we bring it onto campus. Even if I buy an SR resident permit, parking isn't guaranteed. Yes, that is true. So even if you buy a permit, it is not guaranteed. So we ask that you find parking first and then initiate a session on Park Mobile as soon as you find parking. But we don't recommend you just pay for parking and then expect to find a spot on campus, because there is a high chance that you will not find parking at all on campus. How much to keep my car on campus? So, as Bree said, it's $635 a day, or you can also pay $85 a day. That's our citation ticket rate. If you're willing to brave it and you get it, you're gonna have to face the consequences. It's $85. Do know that as a state institution, that if you do get a parking ticket, these are valid and they will affect your DMV registration if you don't pay it off. So make sure to be careful and to always pay for parking when you find parking. Amtrak discounts, yes, you can get a discount for Amtrak. If you visit their website, there is a code that you can use to redeem, like I believe 10% off or somewhere around that amount for your Amtrak ticket. What else? Let's see.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, as someone who works with transfer students kind of face to face within the transfer hub, a lot of folks will take the trolley a few stops and find parking somewhat nearby at one of those locations. Be careful, not like UTC Mall, because you have to pay for parking there for the day and then get on a trolley. But I'm hearing a lot of folks and kind of freaking out about the commute to campus, and that's something our peer coaches talk about as well here. If you want to meet with one of our peer coaches, Rion and Cameron are both current commuter students and talk about different ways they navigate it. Some days, depending on time they arrive, they take the trolley. Other days they plan to carpool or park at a friend's place, and they've found ways that work for them where they're arriving to work on time and they're getting here. So I think I want to make sure that this doesn't feel like an impossible task. There are thousands of students who are doing it. And if it's something where you're feeling a little panicked and listening to this presentation, we'd be happy to have you talk to Cameron or Rion, who are active commuters and can talk about ways that they work around it too. And that's something they talk a lot about in meetings, if that's helpful.
Okay, so I'm
Thanks.
actually also going to include a link for you that actually has all of the transit locations and how many parking spots there are.
Yes, so there a lot of the transit or the trolley stops have what we call park and rides there. So you can actually park at the trolley station and just take the trolley directly into campus. That is
Alvin, I'm also going to answer one because it's going to start coming up quite a lot. So a lot of you guys are transfers and incoming, and you emailed parking for exceptions. Just so you know, those were put out early. A lot of you may not actually have your login yet, so that's why it was open to people who didn't have the dual access. We will start going through those starting Monday the 25th. And then you guys will get an email and it will let you know when the permit will be available. If you were approved, it will tell you the date prior to coming on campus. You will be able to purchase that permit if you are approved.
perfect. Yes. So anything yeah, everyone's kind of getting their groove into signing into their emails and SSO. So if you have any issues, go ahead and give ITS a call.
No, not for.
They can go ahead and help you fix that. Let's see. Next question. Tessa, if you have any questions that transfer students usually face, we'd be more than happy to address it live for everyone to hear too. Allie, you too.
I think some main things as folks are preparing to move, what's the easiest way to get to campus from the airport? And what would be the app that I should download, and when can I access my Pronto? Are typically some of the big questions we're hearing over summer.
Cool. So move in. Let's tackle that head on. You should be receiving an email from your college very soon, if not already, about move-in instructions. Those are usually a little hectic times, so make sure to pay attention to what your college recommends and to stick to your time block just so that it avoids bunching, which is a bunch of late reservations just coming on and blocking roads entirely. From the airport, the best way right now is through MTS, any type of ride share that you want to take.
The easiest for MTS, just in case anybody is wondering, is they have a direct airport route, the 992, that takes you right to the blue line that comes right to campus. Easy peasy.
Yep, and you'll be dropped off right in Central Campus, the easiest way to go for that. And Tessa, if you don't mind reminding me, what was the last part of your question?
That would mean I'd have to remember. I'm thinking.
Oh,
app?
apps.
Yes.
Yeah. So Pronto, you should all get Pronto access closer to fall quarter start. If you have any issues with Pronto, go ahead and reach out to parking@ucsc.edu or call the number listed on here, and we'll get you sorted out ASAP. Pronto is a great app. MTS MTS lives in Pronto. I personally use Apple Maps to find the best like transit connections. You can use Google Maps for the same thing too. So as long as you have one of those navigation apps and you have the Pronto app, you should be good to go.
I think you answered our big questions. Yeah, those are the ones that I feel like we mainly hear around this time. So I guess I'm gonna just reiterate what I heard you say, in that if you are coming to San Diego tomorrow, you will not have your free UPass Triton Access Pass going right now. But when we are getting closer to classes happening, that will activate for you.
Yep. Feel free to ask any questions you like right now. We'll be waiting.
Also, feel free, guys, to email shuttle TPS. We answer all the questions. We usually get a lot of emails. You know, if you need guidance, how to get to SIO, how to get to certain location, just feel free to email us at shuttle TPS, and we'll answer right away.
Thank you, Nick. There is also a number. This is a good tip to have for everyone that's not really transportation related, but there is a number on the back of your ID card that you'll receive that connects you with a community service official who, if you're feeling unsafe at night and you're walking through campus, and you're scared, it is a huge campus, and there are some areas that are dark, feel free to call that number on the back of your ID card, and a community service official who is part of the police department and is a student just like you will accompany you. Services after 2 a.m. might be provided by police officers as well. So if you ever feel unsafe, always give them a call. That's what they're here for. They usually get a lot of calls them at night as well. Yeah.
Hey, Alvin, could you repost the QR codes for them? We had a request for that.
Yeah, of course. Let me go ahead and go back to the start. All right. So this is for parking, where you can also access it very easily by going to parking.ucsc.edu. Trying UPass. Triton Transit fixed routes. Triton Mobility. Electric scooter permits. Spin. Any micromobility services we provide. Incentives for using micromobility. Enterprise car share. Flixbus. And that is all. And like I said, if you didn't get a chance to scan the QR codes, I believe Tessa or Ali, let me know if I'm wrong, but this will be recorded and posted on YouTube, or you can simply just browse our transportation.ucsc.edu website. Everything we talked about is on there. That is the quickest source of truth. If you want to know any updates on transportation, follow our Instagram too. We sometimes do giveaways, surveys, give you best practices, best tips. And we really do just want to hammer in the point that parking is incredibly difficult on campus. Like, that is the point we've been giving for the past 2 years. I'm sure everyone on our panel can vouch for that sentiment too. If you're gonna try to find parking on campus, just be prepared. It's a lot of circling. It's very hard. And I know there's those times where you just want to just park in a space that you're not authorized to park in.
And again,
Those
just to
are,
reiterate, a good option is to park at one of the transit locations. Nobel Drive is
Yep.
actually very close. It's got a 4-level structure to park in, and it's
mhm,
literally 2 stops away from us.
and it's free.
Yeah, and a lot of the students get on there. I take the transit every day, and literally that's the location that everybody gets on at. So that way your car is still accessible if you need to leave in an emergency. It's still
Mhm.
close by.
Be careful about parking over at UTC. That does cost money. And as a Westfield, they do
That costs a lot of money. Just
it costs a
add up.
lot of money. Since it's a Westfield mall, yeah, you might want to take one stop down and park at the Nobel Drive station or any other station before parking at Westfield. Just saying.
Parking is also hard for staff, and we also pay money, so we all share. We all feel it. So not, I don't know if that helps, but
Mhm.
our students are not
It's-
alone, and we all.
It's not just a student thing, it's a staff thing as well. I'm a staff here, student before, and I pay $114 a month to try and find parking. And I work for parking. So take it from me. It's a little hard.
I do see some questions regarding the resident parking exemption. Would you all mind going over what the approved exemptions are for that? Because I know it's not a standard, like anyone can apply. Are there specific reasons, if I'm remembering correctly? Is that
Yeah, of
true?
course.
gonna
Let
put
me
the
hand
link
it
in there
over to
for you,
Bree
Paul.
to dive more into that.
Okay, so there are, and in all honesty, the best thing to do, I'm gonna put the link into the Q&A right now.
Perfect.
We actually made a lot, previous to this year, it was very gray area. They would turn stuff in, we wouldn't tell them exactly what we needed to figure out if they were exempt or not exempt, and we didn't really give you an answer why. We changed that format this year. The form is very straightforward of what you need to apply, and it's very straightforward of what will be accepted or what will not be accepted.
Thank you, Bree.
And if you guys want to go ahead and apply now, please feel free. The earlier, the better. So you have more time to figure out because if you are accepted, great, totally fine. But if you're not, that way you have more time, as we will start these on Monday, to figure out an alternate transportation option.
Great tip. And for those of you that do not have SSO or Active Directory access yet, the form is open to non-SSO. So go ahead and submit an exception and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. And if there is nothing else, I think we can save everyone else some time. It's a Wednesday. Don't know what you have to do, but I'm ready to go home. So if we didn't get to your questions, again, go ahead, just shoot us an email at parking@ucsc.edu, or call 858-534-4223, and we will help you. Any question, doesn't matter what it is, we're all here. We know it's hard, and we're ready to answer all your questions. So thank you so much, Triton Transfer team, for having us. I'm going to hand it back to you, Allie, for any closing statements.
Yeah, that concludes it. Thank you so much, Parking and Transportation, for being here. We know you all have a hard but important job, and so we appreciate all you do to help streamline some of the difficult processes. But we know that you're here to help and an awesome resource. So thank you for your time and for taking the time to answer questions and support our students. But yeah, like Ava mentioned, please reach out to parking. Please reach out to the hub if you have any questions for the Triton Hub at all. But yeah, I think that concludes it, and I'll go ahead and end the webinar. This will be recorded, so we should have it uploaded, if not by this afternoon, early tomorrow. And so feel free to check back on that if you missed anything or want to review it. But yeah, thank you all for being here, and we will see you at the next talk or at maybe Transfer Connect tomorrow. Woohoo.
Thank you.